Welcome to Blonde Cards and Crafts. Let's make something together. Hello everyone, Simone here, and I wanted to share with you my enfold card. I've used some papers from a magazine that I get every month, and it's a birthday card that I've made. Happy birthday, handsome. I've used some of the stamps from my own stash for this card as well. And I'll try to put some links in the description for you. So I hope you'll bear with me with this tutorial. Getting the editing has not been easy, and doing the voiceover, I have to say, I don't know how people have the patience for this. It is not easy. But anyway, here we go. Let's get on and make this card together. So the basis of this card is an actual 6x6 card, and it's a top folding card. Now you can make your own, or you can buy them ready-made with the envelopes. I have the ready-made ones here, but I actually made this one from the docrafts Papermania heavy cardstock myself. So this measures 12 inches on the long side, which I've scored at 6 inches. And the short side of it is 6 inches as well. So score your card and then fold it. And I've used, as I said, top folding card. These layers are for the inside of this part of the card. I've gone with gold and white, and I've used what I'm calling a speckled paper for the mats and layers for this. So this piece inside is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and the white card is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. Then I have a little strip which is an offcut, and I'm going to put that at the bottom of this, and it's 5 1/2 by about 3/4, but you can make it as big, as thick or as thin as you like. It's just to embellish the inside of the card and tie the front of the card to the inside of the card. So they will all be stuck down, and then they'll go inside the card. On the outside of the card, I've used this green Papermania cardstock. And this piece of paper, when it's opened fully, is 12 inches long. And the width of it is 5 5/8. Now the scoring on this, I have scored it at 6 1/4. And I've scored it at 3 1/8. Now if you flip over your cardstock and then score the 3 1/8 score line, then you won't have any cracking when you fold your card into its valleys and mountain folds that you'll need. So that's what I've done here, and that is going to go on the front of our ready-made card, and it'll give a nice white border all around the edges. Inside this, we're going to then put some more mats and layers in gold, white, and the speckled paper again. So the gold square that's going to go on this is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. The next piece is white cardstock, and that's 5 by 5. And then the next piece is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. And all these pieces will be stuck down together, giving it a lovely even border the whole way around each piece. And then that in turn will go onto the green cardstock inside, and it'll give us a lovely matte and layering effect on that. Then on top of that, we have 2 more layers that we're going to need to finish. There's this, which will be the iconic piece at the front. And there's going to be the gold cardstock will be 4 1/2 by 4. Then I'm going to put a white layer, and that'll be 3 3/4 by 4 1/2. And then on top of that, I'm going to put a green piece of card, and that's 3 5/8. That's 3 5/8 by 4 1/8. And that'll give a very thin border the whole way around between the green and the white card and the white and the gold card. On top of that, then I have my little piggies, and you can stamp an image or die cut an image, whatever you like to go on the front. But this piece I'm using is 3 1/2 by 4. And I'm going to stick that down there on top of that. Now underneath that, you're going to need this layer. And this is done with gold and white and speckled. And the gold is 5 1/2 by 2 3/4. The white piece of cardstock is 2 1/2 by 5. And then the speckled piece of paper is 4 3/4 by 2 1/4. And those you will all stick down and place them there with this then on top. And that is basically how our card is going to look. We're going to put this piece of paper, it's a white piece of cardstock and it's 4 by 4. We're going to put that in there, and that'll have our sentiment hello or happy birthday handsome. That'll be inside here. And then inside the card itself, I'm going to stamp the sending birthday wishes. So these are our mats and layers, and let's get them all stuck down. Now I have all my layers and mats stuck down and put in place. I did record it and deleted the footage, but I felt that, you know, it's something that you should be able to easily do. And when they're all stuck down, it'll look something like this. Now I've put a little bit of Wink Stella on the images on the front, just on the moon and the stars and the little love heart. And I've also took some gems. These are, I suppose, pearls really, and I thought I'd pick up the blue that is around the moon and the piggies, and I used my Tim Holtz pickup tool to stick them down. I put a couple on the front too, and I've put a couple inside. On the back I have I've stamped down my little logo so people will know exactly who the card is from. And these are all different stamps that I got in different stamp sets, and I've just put them together. I have a tattoo on my wrist, a symbol for myself and my 3 daughters, and I wanted to do something similar on my cards, and that's the idea I've come up with. So this is my enfold card. I hope you like it. I'm sorry that the tutorial doesn't actually show you sticking the layers and mats down, but I think maybe next time I might see if I can manage to put that in with the tutorial. And what I've done is I've put some pictures at the end here for you to have a look at the different cards that we made today. So thank you for joining me. I hope you will click the like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. So long. Thank you. Bye-bye.